Okay, next up here at CBC Boys Basketball Media Day is Crestwood and head coach Josh Takaki. Coach, I know coming in, you return a couple of all-conference performers from last year. You lost a couple of really good all-conference performers last year. So just coming into this year, what does it look like so far for the Crestwood Red Devils?
As you mentioned, every year there's a sense of turnover that comes with every program. So you kind of just got to start fresh and turn the page and deal with the task at hand and the kids that we have. With that, very, very pleased with the effort that we've seen up to this point with the kids. They've really, really have bought into the workmen. They bring the work pail to work every day. That's just kind of the program that we've had since we've come back here the last 6 years, and we're going to continue to do so. We're going to really focus on the little things. We're going to make sure we're doing it's funny, everyone's texting me now. We're going to really strive on both sides of the ball to truly concentrate on boxing out, because we're limited with some size this year. It's cliche, but the little things win games. And when you lose players like Trent and AJ and the guys from the previous regime, you kind of get caught looking around, watching and waiting for them to make a play. But these guys have been in the fire and have the ability to make the play. It's just now it's their time. So they've got to step up. They've got to really focus on the task at hand, which again is winning possessions. We talk about kills as a program, and if you're not familiar with that, that's 4 consecutive stops on the defensive end. If you have 4 of those in a game at any juncture, you end up winning almost 88% of those types of games.
Interesting.
So we're really focusing on that side of the ball. We've mixed it up a little bit, but we're true to form with what we want to do defensively, which is half court man. We may mix in some token full court pressure, but I feel like with what we're working on and who we have, that's going to work best for us. Like I stated earlier, we don't have a lot of size, so we're really going to struggle in that area. So we've got to be really fundamental and really focused and making sure we're doing our due diligence on the boards and checking bodies and getting hands-on guys sooner than later, obviously, so that way we can secure the rebound and get our transition game going. But we certainly aren't going to be a team that's going to run too much. We want to make the defense play a lot of, spend some time down there, run some clock, and work to get the best shot possible.
Obviously, losing Trent, you lose a lot of your scoring. Who do you think you're going to count on this year to kind of step up and fill that gap a little bit?
Yeah, we lost Trent, a first-team All-State type of kid. Hard shoes to fill. AJ Johnson or Austin Johnson is a kid who shot lights out for us for the last 4 years. We're going to miss his perimeter game. So with that, we look forward to the senior leadership of Aiden Guklik and Louis Blaz, both kids who are first team all conference football. I'm sure to be all first team all district football players, guys that have competed at the highest level. And that means something. We want guys that are competitive year round, that do things outside of the basketball arena. And we're really looking forward to them to step up. Looking back is, when we came back, 6 years ago, those guys were coming in the 6th grade, and I remember the look in all of their face and an understanding of what Crestwood basketball is going to be about, and it's their year and their time. And I'm just really looking forward for them to have that individual light to be shown on them and to give them the opportunity to showcase their skills. And often that might just be being a great leader. That might be deferring and passing the ball to a Dakota Johnson, who's Austin's brother, a freshman kid who can score at every level. And as you know, it's just a matter of getting him comfortable with the speed of the game, the pace of the game, understanding that they're going to try to get the ball out of his hands. They're going to make him defer oftentimes. And when you're young and you're inexperienced, those things are the only way that the best teacher is experience and going through it. So we're going to have some really good games where we look really good. And so there's going to be some moments in that same game that you're going to look like we might look like a 7th grade team. And we know that going into it. And we welcome that challenge, knowing that, it would have been easy to step out after the success that we've had. But this isn't about that. It's about the kids and showing them that, we're going to grind together. We're going to work this out, and wherever the chips fall, we're going to play them.
It's kind of funny you brought up, just your football players and that competitiveness, because when you look at the Valley Division in particular, there aren't many basketball only guys. There aren't, the AAU guys that just focus on basketball. It's just multi-sport athletes. You see it at Kirtland, Berkshire, Cardinal, everywhere. These are guys, smaller schools. You need them to play football. You need them to play soccer. You need them to come out and play basketball. And so you're not getting these fine-tuned basketball players, but what you are getting are these hungry, athletic guys. And Crestwood has had some success in football. They won the league title, won a playoff game. So those guys know how to win. How does that help your program where you get that those guys that are just hungry and athletic?
Well, we love it. We preach multi-sport athletes. We don't want our guys to specialize, regardless of whether, looking back at my tenure at Kenston and we look at the kids that we had, some of our best players were soccer players, football players, and that brought that tenacity and that competitive edge onto the court. And I think the way we dial in, the way that we really focus in our instruction and our practice plans is everything's a competition. There's a winner and a loser in everything that we do, whether it's our layup drills, whether it's our shooting drills, whether it's regardless of what we're doing, there's always going to be a winner and a loser. So the kids understand that wins. They understand the competitive edge that we're trying to develop and we're trying to teach them. So when you get guys like Louis, Aiden, Jake Rowe, who was a second team all conference guy, Nate Blaz is out as a freshman. Not that he's going to be a guy that we're looking at, but I'm just looking from a competitive standpoint, guys that are really bought into being multifaceted athletes that aren't afraid to compete. And I think when like you said, they might not be the most skilled kids, but if you look at what Kirtland's done under Ridgeway, and then of course now with McGregor, I don't think they're starting their season holistically until probably another 2 weeks or 3 weeks, hopefully for them.
Right.
So I mean, those are the types of kids that you're going to go to battle with, so to speak, and I think it just breeds success. The more opportunities they get to compete in the small school like a Crestwood in the Valley Division, which I love. I love the meat and potatoes of our schedule. I love the conference grind. And quite honestly, I think it's because of the kids that we've mentioned that from the Berkshires, the Cardinals, the Kirtlands, the Wycliffes. I mean, these kids aren't just guys that are coming out and just are basketball players per se.
Right. And keys to victory for you. What's it going to take for you guys to be successful?
Controlling the boards and winning on the defensive end. We're going to be able to manufacture shots once we get more experience and get more live action. I think we'll be able to be more consistent on that end. Our early scrimmages have been very, we did Lordstown, West G, Bristol. So there's been a variety of talent in terms of who we've seen. And we haven't struggled to get shots. We've struggled in consistently knocking them down. Now the defensive end has held us in those games, which I've been very pleased with, or those quarters. And we've seen a lot of different types of styles where we've been pressed up and down, we've been zoned, we've been man to man. So it's been good for our young guys and guys. Even though, like we said earlier, you had a Trent or an AJ that were able to kind of rein everything in when it got kind of dusty. But when the dust settles, some of those other kids are still waiting for everything to kind of fall in place. Well, now they're the ones that are trying to clear the dust out, right, and have to be the ones that settle the other guys down. So that's been a cool adjustment, so to speak, to see how they're going to react under that type of pressure, handling the ball in situations where they can really just kind of wait for an on-time, on-target pass and just have to step to it. Now they've got to be able to make that pass that's on-time, on-target, be able to ball fake and just split a double team or make the right pass, which simply is just reversing the ball side, top side, which sounds easy to do, but I mean, and hard to do at times where it's just easy. It's a simple reversal, instead of forcing a shot. So I think if we can control the tempo, which means we are able to control the boards, we'll be in games going into the fourth quarter.
Well, kids always want an opportunity. Sounds like there's a lot of opportunity at Crestwood. So looking forward to seeing how things shake out for you. Appreciate you being here and look forward to seeing you on the court.
Thanks. I appreciate it, Steve. You take care.
Thanks, Coach. Take care.
All right. Bye.
Bye.